Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. Host Fred Arnold on the Via Hour Valley Industry Association Business Spotlight. It's easy for me to say. Two great guests. I got Pascual Salazar from Keller Williams, a real estate professional, and our very own Sandra Nelson from American Family Funding. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
So, Pascual, I want to talk about 3 or 4 tips when it's listing season. People are going to list their home, but they need to be aggressive because around Christmas time, well, things slow down, less buyers. So tell us some tips that you would give sellers that are thinking of listing their home to be aggressive in selling their home.
Well, the main thing that we would like to do with these sellers is making sure that it's priced correctly. Taking a look at the market, we always go 3 months back as far as getting a comparative market analysis. Of course, those prices are going to be higher summertime. So you got to be able to look around and see, okay, are we going to be listing the property at a market value? Or are we going to want to have traction and list 5% or 10% below so we can get those offers and get those multiples? A lot of properties right now are sitting on the market 30 days, 60 days. That is because they're staying at the summer prices. But we need to come into effect that we're coming into winter season. So, yeah, price.
Couple tips on showing the property.
Well, when it comes to showing the property, definitely being able to show it as much as possible and also being able to accommodate any type of showings. Now, if you work during the day, of course, we're going to put a key box, lock safe on there that any realtor can go ahead and take a look at the property at any time between the hours of 9 or 6, for example. And, of course, if my clients are there after 6 p.m. by appointment only. Also, try to keep the property as clutter-free as possible.
Clutter-free as possible.
Yeah, first impressions is a big thing when it comes to buyers taking a look at your home. Now, if your property is sparkling clean, perfect, they'll definitely be able to get some offers on the property.
Now, the key codes, the keys that are there, they're all coded. So each realtor has their own code, so you can track who's going in and out of that property.
That's right.
Which is good for security.
Yes, exactly. So for the safety of the seller and for the safety of anybody, for example, if you're in a community, you want to see who is the person that's going into the property on a daily basis. And you could also, on the key box, you can mark it between the hours of 8 to 4 only, or from the hours of 12 to 3.
I love that because if your son gets home or daughter gets home at 3 o'clock from school, there's security there. Buyers come to you, whether they come to you to buy a house or they come to your listing to make an offer. What's the first recommendation you have?
First recommendation is, of course, to be pre-approved with a lender. You got to be definitely pre-approved with a lender because if we go ahead and show you many, many homes or the home that you walk into and you fall in love with and you're not ready, in today's market we get anywhere between 4 to 8 offers and you're not going to be able to get into it. So be pre-approved, ready to go, submit an offer because properties are flying right now.
So let's talk about that, Sandra. Getting pre-approved, what does that entail?
Well, getting pre-approved is a very important part of purchasing a home. Getting pre-approved, basically, you are ready to go as soon as you find that home that you love. You have a lender that has a loan ready for you as soon as you're in escrow to close that loan. So what that entails is you meeting with a loan officer like myself. We gather your income documentation, we review your credit, and based on those factors, we see how much you can qualify on the loan side.
So let's talk about, I know a program that you like talking about, and that's the Keys on Time 2.0. What is the Keys on Time 2.0?
Well, Keys on Time is a phenomenal program for those buyers that want to stay competitive in our market. There's so much competition, like Pascual said. Right now, we're getting anywhere from 4 to 8 offers on each listing. So having a Keys on Time pre-qualification, what we're doing as a lender, what I'm doing as a loan officer, we're getting you qualified not just on paper and me reviewing it. We're submitting it with an actual underwriter. The bank approves you, and you're able to submit an offer without any loan contingencies. Basically, you're competing as if you're a cash offer. So what does that do for you? It allows you to compete without having cash.
Let's talk about competition. And Pascual, I want to bring you in on this. What do you think of having Sandra, when it's your buyer, having Sandra call the listing agent and letting them know some details about the buyer that, of course, not too confidential, but, of course, show that the buyer's qualified, and here's the lender who's doing it?
Yeah, that goes a long, long way. For example, got a listing right now in the Silmar area, and we got 8 offers. Out of all the 8 offers, got calls nothing but from the realtors only. None of the lenders ever contacted me.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard, because on every offer, we teach our professionals to not only call, but ask them, what can I provide you on behalf of the buyer to show him or her is qualified. I'll even offer to meet with their lender.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's absolutely critical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very critical so that I know exactly what's going on with your loan. When I go to present offers, for example, I'll be presenting offers tomorrow around 6 p.m., I know the story behind your offer. I know that you're going to be able to close the deal. I spoke with your lender, spoke with the realtor. This is something that is solid. If everybody else, I have no backstory, there's no way to really be able to tell my clients, hey, this is a good offer. Other than right now, this is the offer, and that's all I have.
Yeah. Sandra, I just want to jump to you because we got 1 minute left. Getting a home loan is not impossible, right? You just need to be educated.
Correct. It's definitely not impossible. There's so much information out there for our buyers, and it's my job and all loan officers' jobs to educate our buyers because it's a big step. They're walking into one of the biggest financial decisions that they'll ever make, and it's very important for them to step into an office or to sit down with me and to educate them from A through Z on what they need to do to get into that home.
Yeah. Those that want to reach out to you, Sandra, how can they reach you?
Those that want to reach out, my name is Sandra Nelson, and you can reach me at 818-675-2474, 818-675-2474.
Pascual, same thing. Keller Williams?
Yeah, Keller Williams, Pascual, Salazar, best number 818-209-8323. You can go ahead and check out my website, pascualsalazar.com. That's PASCUALSALAZAR.com.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks
Thank
for the information. Absolutely. And hope you enjoyed this edition of the VIA Business Spotlight on AM 1220 KHTS.